Hey y'all, I'm Lindsay and I work at FIRE running Spiffy, our Student Press Freedom Initiative. Today I want to talk about a question we recently got on our Spiffy hotline, which was all about copyright. Specifically, who owns the copyright to content that's published in student publications? Now, you might think that it's the student newspaper or another student publication, but it's really usually the student journalists themselves that own the copyright to the content that they write. This is because most of the time, I'm gonna say 90% of the time, the student journalists themselves are not employees of the publication. They might get paid by the publication, they might look like employees, but under copyright law, we think about employment a little bit differently, and it's more about who has control. Does the publication control when the individual student journalist is writing their content? Does the publication provide equipment? Those kinds of questions. If the publication isn't really exerting that much control, which most of the time they're not, the student journalist is not going to be considered an employee, and that means that they retain their own copyright. They own the copyright in the content that they provide. So what does that mean for a student publication? Well, you really need to have an agreement with your staff about who owns the copyright and who has a license or permission to publish it. Essentially, we have a sample copyright agreement on our website that provides that the individual student journalist keeps the copyright because we think that's a good idea, but that the publication gets what we call a license, which just means permission to publish it on the website, in the newspaper, whatever the publication might be. If you have questions about student press issues, you can call us literally 24/7 at 717-734-SPFI, Spiffy.